Hey guys, this is Stephanie and I am Stacks on Stacks on Stacks. So today I am coming to you guys with my third family judge that book by the cover thing. This time I have another husband and wife couple. I have my sister-in-law Naomi and her husband Benjamin. So we have 7 books that they are going to judge by the cover, and we see who the big bag winner is. First book we have is The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. Okay, we're going to start with Naomi. Judging by this cover, what would you say that this book is about?
This book is about a man who has a mental illness and he names things. He names many things. First thing he named was this cloak. The second thing was this tree. He's named many clouds, and the problem is the clouds change. The biggest thing that he has to name is the wind. And it turns out he meets this girl and she reveals the name of the wind. Except maybe that's a girl. We don't actually know.
Okay, so this is a fantasy novel. This is a traveling gentleman. Every element has a name, but over time they've forgotten the name of the wind. But the thing is, once you discover the name of the wind and you speak its name, then you gain the power over the wind. And this guy is trying to dethrone a tyrant who knows the name of fire, unfortunately. Once he captures the name of the wind, he can change the weather and put an ice
name of what?
Age on
name of Earth.
Yeah, exactly. So he's on his way. He's on a mission, and he's alone. For now, he meets people throughout the book.
Ooh. Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. This is one of the best books I read this year. I would recommend this book. I totally enjoyed it. This is a high fantasy fiction book. It is about a guy named Kvolf, and we kind of go through his life. So this is only the first of 3. So this book, I think, ends when he's like a teenager, like 15 or 16 or something like that. Communicate with the wind. You know the name of the wind. You can use it as magic.
Oh, good job.
So, and basically, I mean, I don't want to give a lot away because the surprise is part of what's good with this book. It is very slow moving. So, I won't give it away.
Go ahead, tell us.
It's an adult fiction too, so though people like YA, this is definitely like moves an adult fiction pace. It is a little slower, but it builds and you kind of follow him through his life up to teenage years, which is great. But there is magic, and there is not really a tyrant, not yet, but I think we get to one in the next books, which I've only read the first one.
Oh,
the third one we've been waiting for many years.
Get on it,
Patrick.
Patrick Rothfuss.
Patrick, come on, get on it. Okay, I have to give this point to Benjamin. Ding.
This is my book now. Thank you.
The next book we have is Crimson Bound by Rosamund Hodge. Ben goes first.
Okay, so this is called Crimson Bound, and if you haven't read it, I must say it is a delightful read. It says up here, protect him, defend him, but never love him. What you don't realize is that this lady down here, she's wearing a red dress. That is the mark of a bodyguard. But the thing is, the person she's guarding, it's a guy, spoiler alert, and he's...
You're gonna spoil this book I've never read.
He's very charismatic and devious, but in his body is the key to saving the world. It's basically one of those like self-sacrifice things. He volunteered for it, but he's now carrying this key to salvation. And so there's an evil that's going to come and require a price. This guy's willing to pay it, but he's also a really evil guy. Like the guy carrying the sacrifice, he's really not good. And so she has to make sure to defend him, but she has to be around him all the time. So, so don't love him. He's evil. Just keep him safe.
I would read that.
This is Sally. She's wearing a red dress. It is not a real red dress. That would be cool. This is a story about her job as an assassin. And it's similar to this, but she is from an order of assassins whose job is to protect the royal line. But because of her class, I guess you could say, in the world, they do not marry. And so she cannot get close to this guy because she would be breaking the codes of her order. So she just has to protect him and kill people and keep him alive, but not fall in love with him, because that's what all these books are.
So, Crimson Bound by Rosamund Hodge. This is a Little Red Riding Hood retelling.
Oh.
It's like a dark spin on Little Red Riding Hood. However, she leaves her home and she has to go to the castle, and I forget what she does exactly, but she has a punishment, and her punishment is she has to guard the prince. So I'm gonna give it to Naomi. Protect the royal family. Yay!
Hooray!
Good job, Sally. Yeah.
Next one we have is Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. I really like this book. We're gonna start with Naomi.
You can do
What is this book about?
The Raven Boys is kind of like the Hardy Boys, except that they turn into ravens. It's a superpower that you gain by doing something. As you can see, that is them. That's their soul in the raven. And so they can become a raven and go spy on people and say, "Caca," that's about all they can do. Maybe they have black hair.
Poke their eyes out.
No.
I hate birds.
I love birds.
Is this a
Steph
horror
does not
story?
like birds.
You freak me out.
Alright, Benjamin, what's it about?
Keep that bird away.
I was almost going to say that exact same thing. Howard.
Raven Boys, Hardy Boys?
Well, no, about them turning into birds. This is a book actually about birds who can talk. It's a whole race of bird people, and they are ravens. Yeah, but they're being terrorized by a group of mice who are really technologically advanced, and so it's them fighting against their natural prey, who is now turned predator.
All right, The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. This is a book that follows 4 boys and a girl. These boys go to Aglenby, which is a boys' prep school in this little town, I think in West Virginia. And their mascot is a raven, so they're called the Raven Boys. And then they come across the path of a girl named Blue, and she is raised in a family of fortune tellers and people with supernatural abilities. Blue's magic power or superpower, or whatever you want to call it, is that she enhances other people's abilities. So if you can sense the dead, then your sense of the dead gets stronger when she's around you. And if you can, tell the future, you can tell the future better when she's around you with more clarity. So she just boosts other people's, but by herself she does nothing.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah,
I kind of want
she's
to
a
read
buff.
this book now. Is it a series?
It is a series 4. It's a very good series. I read the first 3. I'm not giving this to either of you guys
Because we both suck.
those are very far off. The next one we have is Disappearances by Emily Bain Murphy. What is this book about?
Okay, so this book is about an apartment in downtown New York, and for whatever reason, nobody lives there because it's known for people who rent that space to suddenly disappear. There's no crime involved, but it's the mirror. The mirror is magic, and people, when they look into it, especially if they have vanity in their hearts, they're pulled into the mirror world. They have to try and find their way out, but no one ever has.
Maybe you need to be a writer.
Oh man, that was great.
Anyway,
You
make
were
me read your
born.
book.
You were born to do this. This is our life. Benjamin is Harry friggin' Potter, and I'm Ron Weasley. And Hermione.
Okay, Ron. Hey, Ron. We'll have
Angst!
She got me!
We'll have Ben go against Mark, because Mark's really good at making crap up too. Really good.
We'll put you in your own league. You can go against Serenity or Temperance.
Hey, right now you're tied.
We are tied,
You
Naomi.
are tied.
As cool as I am, you won the red dress.
Steph
book.
has to
I
get
didn't
to work.
say it was close to the book. I said I would read that book. I didn't say it was close to the book.
Yeah, correct.
I didn't.
Aw.
This book is about vampires and becoming a vampire, and that's what the disappearing is, because vampires cannot see themselves in mirrors, and so they look. It's at a school, and people are discovering that they are vampires by not being able to put their makeup on in the morning. It's a problem. So, and it's about what is happening because nobody remembers being bitten. So, how did this happen? There you go.
Okay, guys.
So vampires have to put each other's makeup on.
That's how Twilight
Yes.
really. Is that in Twilight? I haven't seen it.
Do they have reflections? In
That's why they
yes.
sparkle, is because they
Okay.
can't see to put on their own makeup, so they just dump glitter on themselves. And they're like, it'll all buff out.
It'll be fine. Okay, The Disappearances. This is a book that takes place during World War II, and it is about this young girl whose mother has passed away and her father is overseas serving. So her and her brother are taken in by her aunt, I believe, who back in her mom's old hometown. Now, weird things are happening in that town. Things are disappearing, like your reflection, or
Wrong.
or memories, or what else? There's some really awesome things that
That's
just
interesting.
That would be
the
interesting.
smell of flowers, like weird things are just disappearing, and so her and her brother are trying to figure out why.
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery. So Theo, you're both so
Oh no,
far
I'm
off.
sorry.
I have 61 cents on our
It's
gift
okay,
card.
I'll use my allowance.
I'll give it to Ben because even though he was very, very far away, he was a little closer.
Okay.
So far.
Okay. The next book we have is Nimona, and this is by Noelle Stevenson, and this is actually
That's not
a graphic novel.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I read this.
Interesting.
I love this. You should read this eventually.
Am I
right
starting?
now. Not right now. Don't
No,
read
should
it.
because I
start,
did
yeah.
first. Or you did first last time. This is Nimona. Nimona is part dragon, as you can see from her fancy wings and her forked tail. This is a book about gaining medieval superpowers. This guy is a very good fighter. He is like a paladin. And this person is, she stands for justice, except that really in the background she's a backstabbing jerk. I won't tell you any more about her because it just makes me mad. This is Nimona, and she looks awesome no matter what she does, and you can tell the people that have the power to turn into dragons, which are the most important in this world, or the least important. You tell me, because I haven't read it. By their red hair. And so if you have red hair, you have no soul, therefore you can be a dragon. Your turn.
Hey. Okay, so she's a witch, and that's where the wings are from. She dyed her wings. They were black. She's a bat witch. Anyway, so what this book is about is these three are going to raid some dungeons. This is basically Dungeons and Dragons in book graphic form.
That would be cool.
Mm-hmm. It's a graphic novel. And yeah, so like this guy is the fighter, and oh look, he's a cyborg with his robot arm. And then this is she fights for the light, but she's wary of traveling with the witch.
All right. So this is Nimona, and she has the ability to shapeshift into anything.
Oh, I want to be her.
Yeah, she's cool.
And
She is one of the coolest.
Yeah.
this is a dude. I'm gonna show you guys. I know he's a little feminine looking.
He's very
He's a
pretty.
dude. His name is Golden Loin.
Really?
Yeah, he's a dude. And basically, Nimona.
That's a strange name.
Nimona
Okay.
wants to be like a sidekick to like a superhero. Only she goes and she decides to be sidekick to the supervillain, which is this guy,
Oh.
instead of the superhero, which is this guy.
Which is Golden Loin.
Yes, so she's more
Ambrosius.
of a henchman.
Oh,
Ambrosius.
Ambrosius.
Oh, it's quite the name. Yes, but this is Lord Ballister Blackheart, and she wants to be his henchman and help him do bad and evil things versus the good guy.
She
Uh-oh.
wants to be Robin to his Batman, but for a bad guy.
But for a bad guy,
specifically.
yeah.
That's
So
Batman.
funny.
this is a fantastic graphic novel. Honestly, like I loved this. I read it a few years ago.
Sounds like fun.
It is fun. So yeah, so you're getting it from the bad people's perspective instead of the good people's perspective. But I think this point goes to the Nomi.
Yay.
Next one we have is Illuminate by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. You gotta hold this just right, or we're gonna get some glares because the
Oh, so
shiny
we have to
cover.
pay attention.
Okay, so Illuminate. I know this book because I wrote it. No.
Again?
It's about the Illuminati, and they're trying to end the world in fire. It's very straightforward. The book tells it all.
Oh, okay. Well, let's look. First survive, then tell the truth. Illuminate. It's like light, and the truth is like light. So this is a post-apocalyptic young adult novel about a teenage girl who is very different. Okay, so this is like very good at archery and
Anyway, keep going. You're fine.
who's very good at archery and actually she's not. She's good with knives. She does not know how to hold a bow. So this girl
Not me.
is trying to get out of this horrible system and strike out on her own. She's gonna go live in the woods. She needs to get out of the system. That's what she thinks. But in reality, she has to bring the system down from within. And so she has to blend in with these people and bring the truth. So she has to achieve a high enough ranking in the social system so that she can bring the truth to people and be like, we are all living a lie. And there's secrets in here. If you move this around.
You can read more of the secrets.
Yeah.
There are lots of secrets. Okay, Illuminate. So this is a post-apocalyptic
Dang.
book. Our main character, we have two main characters, a boy and a girl, but she's a little more main. It's futuristic, but literally the planet they live on blows up.
That's a problem.
So I'm going to say apocalyptic because things blow up. Now, the interesting thing about this book is it's told in like emails and notes and
that's really cool.
like really fun setup. There was a really good
What in the
page,
world?
like stuff like this.
Vertigo.
Like this, you guys. So you can be in on our jokes. Yes, so it's a really interesting way to write a book.
That is cool.
Yeah.
And that's why this is kind of sliding around so you can see
The Illuminate
things.
files.
So, but this is about a girl and her planet is about to blow up, and then she gets off the planet, and the people that rescued her are kind of questionable of whether they are the good people or not the good people. And she's going to figure it out because she's very, very smart. And if they are bad people, she is going to destroy it from within. So Naomi really did pretty well with this one.
All
So
right.
the point
That one out of
pretty
the park.
clearly goes to Naomi. The next one we have is Six of Crows by Lee Bardugo.
Wait, pause. Look at the pages. They're black.
They are.
Oh, that's
And then
cool.
the sequel, this is the sequel. They're red.
Ooh,
Pretty
one's
red.
cooler,
Oh, this one is really cool.
though. A bird.
A bird.
Bird.
Or is it a city? Is it a city or a bird? Is it a bird or a city? What is it?
Look, see, there's a city.
Yes.
There's a city. There's a bird. There's a bird.
Whose
There's
turn
a
is
city.
it?
This book is dark. This is a dark book about a city controlled by a cult. And they think there's a lot of members, but there's only 6 of them. And they call themselves the Six of Crows. And in this dark city,
You're wearing dark clothes.
they just want everyone to be sad. I don't know why, but that's their whole goal. And people are trying to. There's one person who says this isn't right, and they are trying to disrupt and dissolve the Six of Crows.
The cult. Six of Crows.
Six of Crows is about a city that is isolated from the rest of the world, and there are different powers that being a crow can grant you. You might be born with 1, you might be born with 3, and there are very select few that have 6 of these abilities. But they have been cut off from the rest of the world because they have discovered that their powers can actually be very harmful, but only the people in the upper ranks know, so I just spoiled. But yeah, so birds.
Birds. Why do I have so many books with birds?
Because I like birds.
Oh,
You're afraid of birds.
I am afraid of birds. Alfred Hitchcock. I blame Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah.
Okay.
You need a happy bird movie.
Six of Crows by Lee Bardugo. This is a heist book. This is another excellent
Okay,
book.
that sounds cool.
It is a heist. It is 6 people that are all underdogs that are going against the big person, the big guy in charge, and they want to rob him blind.
They're all like
basically.
criminals too.
Yeah, they're all seedy
This
criminals,
sounds familiar.
kind of people, but they all have a special ability of sorts.
Oh.
They all have something that they excel at, and that's why they were chosen to be one of the 6 to go in and do this heist and get out. This is a wonderful book, honestly. I read it, I think I read it this year, right?
Yeah, so did
Yeah, I read it this summer. Mark read it this summer. Haven't read the sequel yet because it's only 2 books, and I don't want it to end. Because it's really fun. But yes, and it I might have to give this one to Naomi because
Yeah.
it's not necessarily
No,
like
that was really good.
superpowers,
Yeah,
but
not
it is special
superpowers.
abilities for sure. Our big winner is Naomi! Woo!
There. And then
Yay! So the prize to win was now Benjamin, the loser, has to take Naomi, the winner, to lunch. Great
from the
price.
same bank account. Ah.
Oh,
So
to be
sweet.
married.
Everyone wins.
Everybody
Everyone
wins.
wins except me because I won't get lunch with
No
you.
lunch for you, Mom.
You have to
Sorry.
go to work.
So thank you so much for watching, you guys. I love that you watch my videos, as silly as they are.
So don't forget to like
And don't forget to subscribe.
and comment.
So feel free to leave a comment down below if you've read any of these books. Let us know what you thought of them. I usually post videos on Tuesdays and Fridays, so you can always find me here then. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Goodbye!
Bye, everybody.
Okay.
Just depends.
Like this video.
And comment and say nice things.
You can
Bring
say
YouTube to a better place with
Actually-
good YouTube comments.
BookTube is pretty nice.
Oh, nice.
I mean,
Do nicer comments. You can
No
do better.
spoilers.
We can
No
always
spoilers.
do better. I expect no less than 100 nice, kind comments on this.
Wow.
Comment her hair, her makeup, her fine style choice.
And if you don't say even one thing about my hat, what is wrong with you?
And if whoever guesses this first, what this symbol is from, is the winner.
You win first prize.
It's a palm tree.
I have a guess.
Get out.
You can't guess.
Get out.
You can't guess.